Hi and welcome to Inside Line. Well, this week may be all about horse racing, but there's still plenty happening on four wheels, including a plan by Lexus to get all sporty and the revival yet again of another French brand. First up though is our tour around the world to look at the motoring meccas that any car enthusiast must visit. Now, we looked at everything from the home of Ferrari in Italy and Rolls-Royce in the UK to the famous Nürburgring racetrack in Germany, as well as Monaco and even Victoria's Great Ocean Road. For me though, Richard, a trip to Mount Panorama at Bathurst has got to be well up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I get goosebumps every time I drive up the road to the track, and yeah, for me, Mount Panorama is probably Mecca.
It's a pretty special place. How do you think it compares to some of those other ones that we mentioned?
Well, I mean, Nürburgring's obviously legendary, and but for me, I guess as far as overseas meccas is concerned, I think Maranello takes the cake. I mean, where else in the world can you sit on the side of the road and watch a Ferrari Formula One car drive around a track?
Yeah, and see hundreds of Ferraris literally rolling out the gates to do the 100k test run.
That's right, and I mean, if you're over there in the morning, first thing in the morning, you can hear them off in the countryside, you know, in some V12 Ferrari giving it what for in the mountains, and it's great sound.
That's the way life should be.
That's right, it's got motorsport in its veins, that place. It really is a classic place to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, okay, so we did an online poll. We asked people of the 10 destinations, where do you think is the best place? Where would you most likely go? What do you reckon came out tops?
Well, I mean, it's an Australian poll. I would have thought Mount Panorama or perhaps the Great Ocean Road.
Not even close.
No?
Try the Nürburgring. Almost a third of people said the Nürburgring.
Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense for motoring enthusiasts. It isn't called the Green Hell for nothing. I mean, it's the most demanding and awesome track on the planet. So
that's right, sense. And you can go for a drive on an autobahn afterwards. Brilliant stuff. Now, also this week, Lexus revealed plans to build a range of sports models known as F-Sport. Now, Richard, this is clearly a way to target the likes of BMW's M range and the Mercedes-Benz AMG.
But, I mean, I've got to have question marks on whether it'll work. At the moment, it's not any more power, any more engine power, and it's subtle tweaks to the suspension. It's more about the look, and I don't know if that's enough. You know, M-Sport and AMG, it's all about performance.
Having said that, though, a lot of those M cars and even the AMG styling kits are just that. They throw on the extra kits to make it look like one of them, but they don't have all the gear underneath. But I suppose it's built on the heritage of all that, isn't it?
That's right. There's got to be a hero car at the top, and I guess that, you know, Lexus would argue that they've got that with ISF and the LFA, but I think you need something, you know, something a bit more accessible.
Or a broader range or something like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, finally this week, Renault says it's here to stay. Again. Now, this is a brand that's always struggled in Australia, and only recently there had been rumours that it was on the way out. But new management is saying that this time it will be different. Now, Richard, do you believe them?
Not really.
Be honest.
I mean, I guess Renault in Europe is a huge brand and very successful brand, and I mean, there's no reason why, but they just don't seem to be able to get on the board here. I mean, you know, I don't think if you mention the name Renault to people in Australia, they probably wouldn't associate it with a car.
It's a shame because they do build some fairly interesting and fairly good cars. But, you know, as you say, the brand recognition's not there. I also wonder whether it's, you know, people saying, well, okay, there's been such a checkered history of this brand. Is it really going to last this time round? Yeah,
I mean, that's right. I mean, you get resale comes into it when a brand sort of, you know, there's question marks about it. So that's got to play on people's minds. But you are right. I mean, they make some of the best hot hatches in the world.
And I guess some of those French brands, one of the issue I think that we've got is that they seem to focus so heavily on their home market and the European market and maybe not put as much attention into the overseas markets.
No, the roads are certainly better in France and Italy than they are in Australia, and it shows when you drive those cars on our roads.
But even little things, a Peugeot we drove recently, the centre console lid opened the wrong way, so it opened away from the driver to make it difficult to get things out. That sort of stuff should be changed.
Yep, that's right.
Well, that's it for Inside Line this week. Until next time, you can stay up to date with all things motoring here at drive.com.au. And don't forget to check out our new great celebrity columnists. This week, it's the actor Shane Jacobson talking about the car he's fallen in love with.